For the past 6 months, this wall has been tormenting me. Our living room used to be set up like this, with our couch and chair across from our TV and some toys for our daughter to play with. But 6 months ago, we made a change. We wanted to create a space for our daughter, so we moved some furniture around, added some more toys, but as a result, we created the wall. This barren piece of real estate that's begging to be dressed. Not that. That's too small. Still too small. Nice try, but still too small. This is the biggest painting I've got, and it's still too small. The only way around this is to make a custom painting for this space. I'm going to start with this blank 30 by 40 canvas I picked up. Primed, stretched, and just about the right size to fit. I wanted a toned underpainting, something similar to a raw linen, which in my area, unless you want to purchase 1,500 feet of it, is impossible to source. One way I achieve this look is by thinning down some raw umber, brushing it on, and then removing it with some shop towels. With that now dry, I move on in and start adding some paint. It may be hard to believe for some that an artist would have left a wall blank for 6 months. I don't mean this in some sort of pretentious way, far from it. But for me, it feels the same way as maybe a writer would feel with an empty bookshelf, or perhaps the same as a musician would feel with an untuned guitar. It just doesn't seem like the boot should fit. But in reality, at least mine, this was the truth. For 6 long months, every day I dealt with this blank wall, something that for most people, it wouldn't bother them. But for me, it was a nagging reminder, like a sore thumb or chronic injury that it needed to be dealt with. Yet, I barely moved a thumb until my artistic innards couldn't take it anymore and demanded a change. Professionally, I could never let a client be in limbo for 6 months like I did myself. I would be in constant contact, develop new ideas until a solution was found with myself or with someone else. But for me, it seemed as though I was disposable. Maybe it was because there was no time restraint. Perhaps because I put too much pressure on myself creating the perfect painting. It could have been a lack of discipline and may have been. The truth is, I'll never know exactly what it was, but what I do know is that I was willing to, for some reason, day in and day out, put myself through this glaring problem that I not only had the abilities and tools to fix, but also the time. It is this really strange thing where, relatively speaking, we take much better care of others than we do ourselves. And it's only until something becomes so painful and so unbearable that we explode in what feels like an unstoppable willingness to resolve the issue. But, just as it seems like nothing would stop this momentum, disaster strikes. Yeah, right now I'm just making it worse. I feel like I ruined it. Some of this underpainting I actually really liked. I feel that I've lost that, and I don't think I'll be able to get that back. That texture, that tone. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes you're just gonna make things worse by continuing to work on it. Sometimes you can't just power through, right? I'm trying to, and I'm making it worse right now. Yeah. So, I'm going to call it for the night, and hopefully tomorrow I can fix some of my mistakes and, I don't know, fix it somehow. The truth is, this next session was definitely not the next day. It was about 3 days later. But I came up with a little strategy to basically repeat my original underpainting process. I covered up the parts of the painting I didn't like in white. Then I applied the thinned down raw umber and wiped it away to add some more of that original underpainting look. Alright, so I do think that I was able to bring it back to a place where I'm happy with it again. A little bit more of a solid base. Well, let's wait for this to dry, come back in with a few more bold colors, reinforce some edges here, maybe bring some more reds up, and let's get this painting finished. Oddly enough, I feel this painting developed much better after the disaster, which I guess was a little happy accident. But with it, I could feel the wind in my sails again, and I was ready to attack the final bold details of this painting with confidence. And with those final marks, I can close this chapter after 6 long months. No longer will I have a barren wall to mock me. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a really fun painting to finally finish. I really had a fun time making this video as well, so if this was something you liked, definitely let me know down in the comments below. And if you watched this far into the video, please consider subscribing and hitting the little bell notification to get notified on my latest video releases. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope you all take care.